You can see the intensity there. Captain Alejandro challenging Naucha. Very quickly you can find out, Andy, that they're not trying to give too much space on the ball. No one should get easing time on the ball at all.
No, Alexand nearly straight away there, pressing as soon as the ball's lost. He also won his first header, which is always great as a striker, just to win that first contact against big centre-halves, imposing players at the back. So a really promising start for them, but you can see the press straight away. They don't give any time for the Blasters, just centre-halves to breathe.
Towering presence of Salam Ranjan Singh has played for the national team in the past. Now with Gokulam, Kerala. He's won the ISL with ATK. He's won the I-League with Bengaluru Football Club, an experienced campaigner. Buba, his captain, alongside him. There's Luna setting up, finding a player. Nihal making the run for Kerala. Pretty early on, I'm guessing Gokulam Kerala would have identified that whatever offensively would come through Kerala Blasters, and he would be through the boots of Adrian Luna. He's been so effective in those 2 seasons for Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, and I think it's either in a wide position or just coming inside like you saw there. Just the way they stood off a little, gave him a little bit of time just to get inside into them little pockets and just break the lines and get through. So it will be a constant threat and one that they'll be looking to close down quickly.
Prabir Das looking to start a new innings with Kerala Blasters. Had that wonderful season, that last season with ATK Mohan Bagan, then ATK Mohan Bagan. Team as well. Shifted allegiances to Bengaluru Football Club, didn't work out the way it wanted to. And now hoping to start a new innings and hoping to, of course, get into the radar of Igor's team match, Andy. For so many of these Indian hopefuls, these next 2-3 months are going to be important given there's the Asian Cup in January 2024.
Well, the Indian Oil Durandcup provides that platform, doesn't it? It provides that opportunity for players, whether it's younger players coming through, whether it's players that haven't been selected for a period, that are on the fringes, to really show what they can do in competitive fixtures. And these are games you want to play, and you want to grab that shirt, and you want to obviously make sure that you're in the national team manager's eyes.
Brought down there by Jackson Singh. Alex.
I think he's had a bright start, hasn't he? He's won his first header, he's closed down quickly, and just able just to nick the ball away and draw the foul as well. Looks an anonymous sign for them.
Chance to put some early pressure on Kerala Blasters. Franchise founded in 2014. Thrice runners-up with the ISL. Never to go on and win it. Never won the Durandcup as well. Nili Pedromo on the ball. Pedromo puts it in, tries to find Alex, but cleared by Blasters.
Yeah, and I think if you
Luna drops deep, has space on the ball, plays it wide. Prabir Das has come inside. slow build up by Kerala Blasters. But it's probably what the team needs right now. Find that space, and here's that space. Now Cha has time to exploit it. Tries putting that ball in. It's also a case of settling your nerves, irrespective of how many games or how many competitions you might have played. First few minutes in a competition is all about settling those nerves, getting your feet stuck in on ground.
Yeah, you can see clear discipline and shape behind the ball from Gokulam just in that 4-4-2. Just not applying any pressure, but just trying to keep compact and make sure there's no space between the lines for them to play, to be clever, to be smart. Very disciplined in what they do, but not really on the front foot and being aggressive to pop out and press. They're happy to hold.
Here's Luna. Played their first season for Kerala Blasters, made sure that the team moved to the final, has played an integral part in these 2 seasons. Scored in 9 goals in the Hero ISL, 13 assists more importantly. Is the playmaker, is the man who creates openings for Kerala Blasters. Bijoy. Back to Pritham Kotal. Pritham Tai is finding Prabir Das, as will be the case this entire season. Pritham to Prabir Das, who will be making runs, as many runs as he can. Integral part of his game.
And I think that's going to be key, isn't it? Especially if teams are really flat. You either need Luna just to come inside and receive it in between the defensive and the midfield line, or also then just for Prabir just to break into the space and maybe just overhit that pass just to try and get in behind and create an opportunity in the wide area.
The definition of the fullback or the definition of the football player has changed so much, Andy, over these years. You can't really get stuck in that one position. If you're a fullback, you can't just be hugging the lines. There've got to be times when you can come inside, give space to someone else to exploit the lines. And so you've seen that in European football. And slowly but surely, now with the influx of coaches coming into Indian football, it's creeping in to the Indian game as well a little bit.
Yeah, very much so. In the same when you're recruiting players, you look now and you talk about centre backs here, and a lot of people identify straight away what are they like with the ball, what are they like in possession, what's the range of passing, how they're able to step in and draw players through. But actually, the ultimate thing is, as a centre back, is to stop the opposition scoring. That's the first job. Multifaceted now in how these teams play and how what players are asked to do, whether fullbacks are coming inside to receive as an extra midfielder. But yeah, it is evolving all the time. It doesn't stand still.
Player down there, but Kerala Blasters carry on. Prabir Das it was. Luna on the ball. Loves to get back. Asks for that ball. Plays in between the lines. And now we have Kerala on the shot. Captain Booba down. Holding his possibly that shot taken by Vibhin. It was the knee of his own player or the elbow of his own player, Saurabh Meher, that got Booba on the ground and rightfully getting some medical assistance for it.
Maybe a good chance just for Gotham just to take a break, just to reorganise, get the structure back again. Just solve any little issues that are coming in, just able to maybe stop them balls getting in between the lines and the pockets and then go again. He's a tough cookie. I'm sure he'll be straight back on his feet and back in the action in no time.
Top level sport is so much mental more than anything else. The ability on the ball, the ability to know how to play on this game is there possibly for all 22 players, but it's the mentality really. It's the mentality
Yeah.
on how you challenge these players that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and to back up again, you know, you've got games coming in, especially in the Indian Oil Durandcup, every 3-4 days. So the highs and the lows, you've got to get over them quickly. You can't be too high, you can't be too low after wins and losses, and to go again and challenge yourself, obviously, in big games, derby games such as this.
Gokulam very happy to sit back, not give too much space to Kerala Blasters, but like Andy pointed out, not really pressurizing them for the ball, trying to eat up as much space as possible in their own half. Remember, you're watching this 132nd edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup, and you can watch it on Sony Sports 10 too. You can stream it on Sony Live this entire month. A brand new season of Indian football is upon us. And really, the aim from the federation's perspective, Andy, like tournaments like Durand, you've got tournaments like Rovers, there's the Federation Cup, is to get as much game time to that Indian player who's possibly playing 22, 24 games in a season, take it up to 30, 35 games, which will only do good for them.
Competitive games and that's the key for me in my time in India. Just didn't play enough, especially coming through the academies and the first team players, 19 to 23. Just didn't quite have enough football and experiences, but this provides you the platform, gives you the experience, gives you the competition that you need. We mentioned the national team as well. There's benefits there because you go to tournaments, it's short turnarounds in games, there's quick rest, recovery, go again, and you know, tournaments such as this provide that for players.
Yeah, the follow through, getting him on the ankle. No malice intended. But like you mentioned, Laliadjwala Changte, one of the standout players for India, Andy, had a big, busy season for the Indian team. Of all the games that he played for club and country, it totaled to 40 games, 40 or 42 games, which if you compare with European counterparts and other European leagues, 40, 42 is a normal thing, an everyday occurrence in every season.
Yeah, very much so. And I read this week, Rodri was explaining about the increase in game time as well in this effective time where there's much more added time now, might equal to more 7 or 8 full games. So in total, people could be playing up to 60 to 70 games a season now.
60, 70 games. Body just trembles saying it 60, 70 games a season. I'm guessing that you're chasing what that right number is. What's the right number? Is it between 40 to 50 games, 50 to 55 games a season, where the player is engaged mentally, physically, and fresh for a brand new season?
I think that's a fair assessment. I think anymore, there's obviously a real danger, but it's a money-making, big business, a big global entity now. There's huge threats from different countries in terms of leagues. So, yeah, more football seems to be the answer at the moment for some people.
Gokulam on the attack. Nearly had laid it wide. Comes back to Gokulam. Takes the shot. Just off target. But good early signs. And possibly the best attack for Gokulam Kerala in this first 70 minutes. Shot taken by Bassett.
Yeah, nice quick feet, wasn't it, to get inside. But one thing they have done well, Kerala, as soon as they were dropped low, they got out and put pressure on the ball. As soon as he was turned, they were up to just to affect it and spoil the quality of the shot and obviously get the corner.
Basit Ahmed, signed from Downtown Heroes in Jammu and Kashmir this season. Has played in Delhi and Kashmir. Meanwhile, corner taken by Nili Padromo, and it is connected by captain Buba. Would you believe it? They've been second best in these first 17 minutes, but a corner taken by Nili Padromo, and their captain has given Gokulam Kerala a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, didn't we? If you're not gonna have much possession of the ball, you need to be compact and organised, which they've showed. And then the opportunity comes at set pieces. The initial one was a wide free kick, and that one was just a really good free header in the box. They'll be disappointed with the marking. They'll be disappointed with not able to get the first contact, but a really, really good header and a good opening goal.
Buba Aminu has been with Gokulam Kerala for the last 2 years. Captain of Gokulam Kerala. Won the I-League in 2022. He's been Tunisian champion in the past in 2013-14. Played 25 games from Gokulam Kerala. He's the rock at the back, and the rock at the back has delivered. He's opened proceedings for the team from Gokulam. 1-0 to Gokulam Kerala, 18 minutes gone in this Kerala derby.
And as far as finishes go, you centre half, he makes that effort to get into the box for the set piece. Clearly be something that they work on, but he's not going to want a better delivery than that. Absolutely perfectly placed just for him to guide that header into the top corner. No opportunity for the keeper, no opportunity for a fullback who's on the line to defend the post. Clinical finish.
You look at the size difference between the likes of Buba and the Kerala defenders, and there's a clear difference in height. And possibly taking advantage of that, Jackson Singh was marking him at the time, and he was close to him, but just couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, I think you'd have to have a look at who was put on him to mark him, because you need to match up in them areas before the game. When the team sheets come in, have a look who's the opportunity you can to match up height for height, or even if you're going to get an overload in there and go zonal one place and needs to be at least affect the run of Buba in there, so he can't get a free opportunity to get a clean strike, a clean header. It has to be disrupted if you can't match him in terms of height for height.
Gokulam Kerala very early on had decided that they don't want to get into the Hero ISL courtesy of corporate entry. They want to get in on merit, and the first team to get in on merit will be playing their first edition of the Hero ISL later this year. That's Punjab FC, on the Hero I League last season. Their eyes are on that. Their eyes are on making it to the highest level of Indian football, and they seem to have started in the right manner. A brand new season where the aim is to win promotion to the Hero ISL. Jackson. Back to Naucha Singh. Naucha faces it to Azhar. There's Preetham. Space wide right to Prabir Das. Buba. Not a bad way to start his season. Did not score a single goal the whole of last season. First game, brand new season, gets his team the lead in the Kerala derby. Just seem to be lacking a bit of firepower to Kerala Blasters, even though they're controlling the game, have lots of possession, but just seem to be lacking ideas in that final third. Always looking for Adrian Luna, trying to find Justine, who's also trying to make a point. It's his first new season.
Yeah, I think you want that tempo in terms of possession, just to search and to probe and to move the opposition around. But then you need to change it with them punch passes, get them into the midfield, get them wrapped into the strikers, get them wrapped into wide areas so you can get your fullback overlapping and get some balls in the box. Just need a slight tempo change from that little controlled possession that they have in the middle of the pitch.
Luna puts it in, tries to find Kotal, and referee says corner for Kerala Blasters. Apologies, it's a goal kick to Gokulam Kerala. There's the bench. You've got Bryce Miranda, who was signed from Churchill Brothers, had that very good season in the I League for Churchill. Boy, didn't have the best of starts to his life in the top flight of Indian football. Here's another one of those new players who's joined Gokulam Kerala this season, Alejandro Lopez, captaining the team. Nelly fails to control it. Possession back with Kerala. Here's Jackson. Finds Luna. Has two for company. Here's Jackson again. Loses the ball, does Luna. Back to Nili Padromo. Basit tries to find a player out wide right. Naucha Singh now. Didn't get too much game time with Mumbai City FC, hoping to do so with Kerala Blasters. Tries finding Prabir Das. Can't miss him with that hair color. Up front to Nihal. And gets a corner for Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, you just see there when Luna just drops in to try and become a little playmaker, then just creates one opportunity for one less player to get in the box. So he's busting a gut to try and get into the box when they take the quick free kick. But another opportunity for a set piece for them.
He's taken a couple of them so far in this game. We'll be hoping a Kerala Blasters player can connect it this time. Puts it in. Tries finding it. Justine comes very close. Was all alone by himself. And possibly we're hoping that he should have put it on target.
Yeah, unmarked in the box. Second chance, isn't it, in the game? You saw what happened at the other end with a free header. They're a gift, really. And as a striker, he really would have wanted to have got off the mark straight away. A free header 8 yards out. And to be disappointed not to make clean contact.
Nothing settles nerves for a new player like scoring a goal on your very first game. Kerala Blasters this time around have that ambition of signing younger players, even if that be foreign players. And Justine is one of those. Sent their scouts to tournaments in Nigeria. Emmanuel Justine was one of those players that stood out there, have been keeping an eye on him for a long time now. Besides, I think the aim from any of these teams now is how do we drop the age of that foreign player that's coming into India. That 30 to 35 bracket, how can we bring a 27 to 28-year-old and convince him to play in Indian football?
Very much so. And develop some of the younger players' experiences.
Pedromo puts in another cross. Straight into the hands of Sachin. There's Vipin. Brought down by Basit, but the referee feels otherwise. And goal kick in favor of Gokulam.
Yeah, and probably a little bit too easy. Kerala Blasters just able to get in all the way into the back line. Too easy, just Gokulam just defending, dropping too deep and deep and deep and getting picked off again. And probably looking not to get away with giving a free kick away in a dangerous position.
When you're a Kerala Blasters player, you also have to realize that you are possibly the biggest 12th man in the country. One of the biggest fan bases in the country. And a fan base that is local. A fan base that is extremely vocal as well. There were those few seasons when it wasn't going well for them on the pitch, and the fans decided to do something about it by not coming into the stadium, by making sure that they were protesting and telling the management that this is not good enough.
Very much so. Really clear identity in what they're doing. Huge, passionate fan base. Something I was aware of during my time. But as managers have changed, and obviously an extended period with the current manager, who's obviously got his assistant managing the team today, you can see they've still got the same identity, still more higher possession than they do without the ball. They stick to the same system and the same principles, and then, like you've said, the recruitment now will be based largely around how they play and people fitting into that system.
Ivan Vukomanovic, he's spent 2 seasons in Indian football, and he's done pretty well in these two seasons. Finals of the Hero ISL in his very first season, made the playoffs last season as well. But then came that game versus Bengaluru FC in the playoffs last season of the Hero ISL. Team walked out alongside the coach. Coach was handed a 10-match suspension, and thus he's not there at the ground. But I'm sure he's keeping his eyes and ears open, watching the game from wherever he can. This is that very important phase of the season where you're building up for another campaign of the Hero ISL. Sri Kotan tries getting past his defender. Finds Justine. Justine on the run now. He's gotten away from Buba. He's got space on the right flank. One player inside. Luna inside to aim for. First touch.
Yeah, difficult for Ranjan there as the centre half. Not sure whether he's able to have to hold his ground and mark Luna in the box, or whether he has to go out and affect the pressure. You can see he checks a couple of times over his shoulder and then just tries and cuts off that line.
Would have been hoping that would have been the time when Adrian Luna would have been open scoring for Kerala Blasters. His first touch leaving a lot to be desired, and thus the scoreline remains 1-0 in favour of Gokulam Kerala. Meanwhile, at the other end, Nili Pedromo, as Jackson for company tries going past him, instead will settle for a corner. Water break, the first one of the game. 29 minutes gone, and it's Gokulam Kerala Football Club, who are 1-0 ahead, courtesy of their captain Booba, his header in the box, giving them that opening goal of the game. The Manyapada out in attendance, always there in attendance whenever the Kerala Blasters are taking to the field, vocal as ever, making sure that their team don't feel that difference of the 12th man. And this was the goal, Booba. Nili Pedromo putting in a corner, Booba getting at the end of it. No one really, 3 players around him, but just the timing of the jump much better than everyone around him, and thereby giving Gokulam Kerala that 1-goal lead.
Very similar chances, obviously different end-up results, but you saw a little bit more zonal marking and just allowed a free header for Booba into the box just to arrive. Good timing on it as well, solid contact.
That last one, possibly the best chance for Kerala Blasters to open the scoring in the Durandcup. The ball just not falling in line with his body always moving ahead, and thereby to get that solid connection. But you'd hope for a lot better for a man like Adrian Luna. They've got a couple of foreign players in their squad as well. There's Diamantakos, who's signed from Hajduk Split last season. And there's also that new signing, Ishan Pandita, who's been signed for 2 years from Jamshedpur Football Club with the option of extending for another year at the end of that contract. So they've got goals amongst them. And coach Frank Darwin has lots of options if he is to exercise them. Pedromo puts in another ball, tries finding Booba. Still in Gokulam possession.
Yeah, and I think for Kerala, that water break could just come at a good time for them. Reset, maybe a little bit more purpose in the build, maybe ramp that ball speed up to try and get through. And like we said, maybe a little bit more trying to get into wide areas quicker, as we see here.
Here's Luna. Still with Kerala. Back to Jigsan Singh. Ball given away. And Gokulam now have the chance to break. They have a real chance to break. Was very nearly through, was their captain, Alejandro Lopez. Just that second touch, taking that ball away from him, giving the opportunity for Moya to come and clear it away. And here Blasters yet again trying to find the equalizer. Patient build-up, spreading out wide to Prabir Das now. Nihal.
Good structure behind the ball again from Gokulam. It just shows the importance of the work rate, working hard behind the ball. Just probably needs to decide when they are pressure on the ball. They can't keep dropping and dropping and dropping, although it prevents the space in behind. Obviously, you can see they can get around the sides much easier. And then Kerala in a position to deliver some balls in. But so far, so good for them when they don't have the ball. Out of possession game has been really obviously strong and very much worked on, you can see.
Yeah, it's working. It's working. It's working, that plan. Crowding out the center, giving them space out wide. As soon as they win the ball, the likes of Nili Pedromo, Lopez, and the likes of Sri Kutan and Shihin make a dash for that Kerala goal. Here's Luna. Referee says play on. Not this time.
That's what I mean. You saw Bassett there. As soon as the ball was lost, he just ran forward and tried to affect that ball a lot quicker, stop them playing through as quick as he could, rather than just sitting and holding and waiting.
First one, referee said play on. And this one, Luna adjudged to have been brought down. Interesting position now for Kerala Blasters. What can they do with it? No question, Aiden Luna is going to be on the ball. What sort of a delivery can we get? Seems too far away from goal to go for goal himself. Or is he? Well, it looks like he is. Luna from distance hits the target. The rebound off the woodwork. And Kerala Blasters have finally found that equalizer. That equalizer coming off the boots of Emmanuel Justin, playing his very first game for the Blasters. It took a couple of tries, but on try number 3, Emmanuel Justin has equaled this game for Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, all started with a quality of free kick. It's goalkeeper signalling there. There's a lot of wobble and swerve on the ball, and then persistence in the box. And like we said, what confidence when you join the club to get your first opportunity to get your goal, break that duck, and build confidence.
But won't be happy with the way he parried that ball right into the path of the Kerala Blasters player, but Justin will take them as they come. A happy man there. He's been training with the squad for a while now, and he's put his name on the score sheet. We're 10 minutes away from the first half, and Kerala Blasters have leveled things up in this Group C game of the 132nd edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup. The
Yeah,
Kerala derby is one apiece.
I think if you can't catch it, you just need to make sure that you somehow get it, whether it's punched or parried away from danger, away from back into the goal mouth. And then obviously the melee ensued and just able to poke that ball home.
Interesting now. If Gokulam Kerala are going to be sitting back and adopting the same tactics in these last 10 minutes of the first half. That bounce is with Kerala. They've got the momentum now. They found the goal they were looking for. It didn't come in the most beautiful of manners, but they'll take them nonetheless. Meanwhile, here's Lopez. Nelly Padroma asking for the ball, but he has 5 Kerala Blasters players near him. On to Ayman. Back to Basit. Spreads it wide to Vikas. Lays it to Nili. First touch left a lot to be desired. Ball with Kerala Blasters now. Gokulam Kerala all happy to sit back in their own half. Cut off as much space as possible for Kerala Blasters in their attack. Not really moving forward, challenging them in their own half. That's been the story for Gokulam in these first 38 minutes. Here's Prabir Das. Has space for the cross. Puts in a good cross. Away for a corner by Vikas.
Yeah, we've mentioned it a number of times now. With no pressure on the centre halves, Pritam's just able to drive and step in and then just slide the ball into a wide area to deliver. And then obviously they're already deep inside their own box. An opportunity for a set piece again.
He's been busy, Prabir Das, in this first half, as the management would have been expected from a player who's done so much in Indian football, brings a wealth of experience to this Blasters squad. One of those players who can operate as a fullback, he can play in your midfield as well, gives you options going in front.
I think in this structure, he just has license to get forward, doesn't he? To keep pushing high and wide. And Nihal can just force inside a little bit more and create an extra body in the middle of the pitch.
Ball put in by Luna, trying to find Jackson Singh. Bijoy there, coming inching close, but just couldn't keep his shot on target.
It's been a feature, hasn't it? Just of people evading the markers. Jackson Singh looked like he got a run on the ball, but just then missed it, and then just a ricochet. It wasn't able to get clear direction or contact on it.
Coming off the knee of Bijoy. But a chance nonetheless for Kerala Blasters. Here's Shaheen chasing the ball. What's good to see in this Gokulam side, the team that's gone on to win the 2 I-League titles as well. And ever since inception in 2017, they've backed that local player from Kerala. They want to be that one-stop shop for any emerging local talent to give them a chance to play at the highest level. Likewise for Kerala Blasters as well. Important for young players that they have an outlet to go and showcase their skills, not get lost. You see so many players getting lost because there aren't a proper structure or there aren't too many teams in their locality or in their area. And that really is key for the federation, Andy, that how those players don't get lost going forward. How you find each and every one of those jewels in Indian football and give them that space and time to play at the highest level. Meanwhile, Gokulam on the attack.
Yeah, I think having worked in Asia as well, in Middle East countries with such a smaller population, and when I was in India, just the amount of potential, the huge potential in the people, in coaches, working with domestic coaches was absolutely superb, and seeing them, some of them go on to work in ISL clubs and I-League clubs has been great. And also the young players that have then progressed into first team football, international football as well with the national team or national youth teams. But it's been about trying to get competition. It's been about getting more games and obviously a coaching structure in place.
Meanwhile, Luna found the run of Justine, just couldn't get enough on that. But positive signs coming in from Kerala Blasters. These last few minutes, their attack seems to have picked up a few gears.
Yeah, they've definitely stepped it up a notch, haven't they? Been a bit more purposeful to get forward a lot quicker now, punching them balls through.
And there's the man in the middle, Luna. Justine making another run. But instead, shot taken by Ayman. Nelly Padromo puts it wide for Sri Kotan. Finds Padromo again, but cleared this time by Bijoy.
And that's something I'd want to see from both sides of the wings, from Gokulam, from Shijin on the right-hand side, Srikutan on the left-hand side. They look like they're really direct players. They want to run at fullbacks. They want to go 1v1. They just haven't quite imposed themselves as much. They've been, effective in the counter-attack through central areas, mainly through Alex, but trying to get in the wide areas as well and really get at the fullbacks.
Here's Padromo. Lopez now does well to get past one. And there's Sri Kotan with that header. Sri Kotan has got his second goal of the Indian Oil Durand Cup. Just when we were talking about their wide players, they've come into the game and given Gokulam Kerala their lead in the first half.
Yeah, perfect example over there. Ball on that right-hand side. You're asking your left winger, can you make the box? Can you arrive? Just so there's extra bodies, just not the one or two, trying to get the third man in the box. and you can see he arrives at the back post, he's able to divvy. You can see there, busting a gut to try and get in. And just redirect that header. He got almost leaning back, arching the back and just redirecting it into the far corner.
Good ball put in by Lopez. Assist to Alejandro Lopez, where Sri Kotan, he's made it a habit of scoring. Scored versus the Indian Air Force in the first game of the Durand Cup and has done so versus Kerala Blasters in the Kerala Derby. 2 now in 2 for Sri Kotan. Joined Kerala Blasters in the year 2022. Has 4 assists to his name in the I-League last season. And has made it a point to score these crucial games. Scored 2 goals in the final round of the I-League campaign when they won it in 2022. The timing of the run, the anticipation to make his move in front of that defender, and then even if the ball was away from him, making sure to direct it into goal. Full credit to young Sri Kotan, only 24 years old.
And Alex has been that bright spark, hasn't he, able to burst into the box. Most of the things have come through him. Just interesting again, you see that Luna just drops in deeper as an extra kind of centre half or quarterback almost position, just to try and get the ball, maybe whether that's something that's been demanded of him or whether that's something that's just come out of frustration that he's not getting the service that he needs. But by dropping back in and being that extra body in defence just allows them centre halves both to go wider, and like we said, then the fullbacks on both sides, Prabir mainly just to be able to push on and get high and wide and try and affect the game a bit more. On that occasion, just didn't quite work because they got caught in possession, and then a tug back, and obviously he's given an opportunity to put himself in the referee's notebook.
Yep, handed the first yellow of the game for raising his arm, but all while trying to stop a Gokulam Kerala counter-attack. 4 minutes of added time in this first half at the Mohan Bagan ground. Group C action in front of you. Gokulam Kerala playing their second game of the campaign. Kerala Blasters playing their first game of this edition of the Durand Cup. Here's Shaheen. Plays it back to Vikas. Vikas to Nili Pedromo. Smart thinking. Puts in Lopez. Lopez is through, and looks like Lopez has got Gokulam Kerala's third goal of the game. Alejandro Lopez, his sheer persistence, his never say die attitude, making sure that Gokulam Kerala ending this first half on top.
Well, for all the possession with the ball, Kerala Blasters, they've struggled as soon as they've lost it, haven't they? Quick turnover of possession again, and it's that main man. He's been a constant threat. You see again, he's always active, always ready, and just can win that duel in the box and just poke the ball home.
He's 34 years old, but the way he moves and the way his burst of speed, the way he takes on that move against goal, you wouldn't think he's 34 years old.
Now the first few yards are in his head, aren't they? He can anticipate his experience with his game understanding. He's had, a long-established career. He knows, and he read the game well where the pass was going to end up and able to latch onto it and then just be really strong and powerful against the centre halves and the backs at the line for the Kerala Blasters.
Hasn't been the best of starts to life as a Kerala Blasters defender for Preetham Kothal. Conceded 3 goals in the first half. 3-1 to Gokulam Kerala. It's been an entertaining game to say the least. And here's the goal scorer. Puts in Nili Pedromo. No one for company, so goes for the shot. Alejandro Lopez getting his first goal for his new club. Signed from SD Ejeya. Has played a majority of his football in Spain's Segunda Division. 74 goals in 243 games. 17 assists to his name in this career. Played for the likes of Real Zaragoza, Osasuna as well. Has been in the country for a while and he said, I'm loving my time in India. Hoping I can give something back to Indian football. Part of an influx of Spanish players, Andy, that we've been seeing have been coming into Indian football in these last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and really making a contribution, haven't they? There's been a number of them. Rather than just chopping and changing and going from club to club, players are coming in and at a good age, like you've said previously, to be able to make an impact, make a difference in the league. And for me, the reason that you have these players in is the work ethic on the pitch, but also the education and the way they're able to affect players domestically off it as well. Lifestyle, attitude, training, rest, recovery.
It was Nihal that time trying to put the ball in. There's their new coach, Domingo Oramas, will be happy with the way his team has played in these first 45 minutes.
100%, maybe just tidying up at set pieces in terms of the structure, whether the zonal or man-to-man, but apart from that, the out-of-possession game, the structure they've had behind the ball has been great, and obviously they've been potent on that counter-attack.
There's the captain, opened the scoring for Gokulam Kerala early on of a Nili Pedromo corner. Seems to have gone down, getting some medical assistance. Been with the club for the last 2 seasons. Four minutes of added time. Not too far away from the referee calling an end to this first half. Here's Jackson. Back to Prabir Das. He's been busy down that right flank. Good ball. Trying to find Luna and Justine in the middle. Smart thinking. Back to Justine. Tries to curl that in. Frank Darwin, what does he do now? What does he do in these 15 minutes? Does he change things around? Clearly, Gokulam Kerala have come in with a plan. How does he get one up on them? Because they're 2 goals down. And that's the way the first half has ended. Gokulam Kerala winning 3-1, leading 3-1 at the end of this first half. Goals coming in from Captain Buba, opening the scoring. Getting medical assistance right now. We hope he recovers well. That cross hitting straight on his head. And there you can see holding his head, and referee thereby stopping play. Still hasn't recovered. But that'll be a happy bench, irrespective. They came with a plan, and that plan has really worked for them. Gokulam Kerala scoring 3, Kerala Blasters 1. Here's a look at the stats. 7 shots for Kerala Blasters, 3 on target. Only 3 shots for Gokulam Kerala, but all on target, resulting in 3 goals for the Malabarians. Ball possession 66% in Kerala Blasters' favour, 34 for Gokulam Kerala.
Yeah, that ball possession high, but it's what you do with it that counts, isn't it? And most of it's been in their own half. I'm sure the coach, Frank, at half-time will just be wanting them to be a little bit quicker, a bit snappier, potentially probably make some changes and get the ball in the opposition half quicker.
It was the first time that Gokulam Kerala and Kerala Blasters are facing off against each other in a senior level competition. The Kerala derby was upon us at the Mohan Bagan ground, Group C in action. Kerala Blasters playing their first game of this edition of the Durandcup. Adrian Luna was leading the side for Kerala Blasters. Alejandro Lopez leading the side for Gokulam Kerala. And it started with Kerala with complete control. Gokulam Kerala, on the other hand, came with a plan and let them have the most of the ball. Happy to sit back, not give them enough space. But that was the first goal, coming in from Buba off the corner of Nili Pedromo. And so it was Kerala out on the attack, trying to get that equalizer. Adrian Luna at the thick of it. Justine coming close. Should have probably put it on target. And they kept trying and trying. This time Luna missing from 6 inches wide. And there came the equalizer. Equalizer coming in from Emmanuel Justin, playing his first game for Kerala Blasters. Rebound straight into the path of the Kerala Blasters player. And on that third attempt, Justine leveling things up. Just when you thought Kerala Blasters were in the ascendancy, and it looked like they had a few good minutes in the game, Justine again creating some trouble for Gokulam Kerala with his running off the ball. But here it was. Lopez does well to get past his marker and then finds Shrikotan, who gives Gokulam Kerala the lead again. 2-1 this time in Gokulam's favor. And just when you thought that's how it would end in that first half, this is what happened. Their captain, signed this season from Spain, Alejandro Lopez, never say die attitude, and that never say die attitude resulting in the third goal for Gokulam Kerala. Lots of thinking for both coaches now. What do you do in that remaining 45? Halftime score from the Mohan Bagan ground. It's Gokulam Kerala 3, Kerala Blasters 1. We're taking a action on the other side.
टेलीविजन के इतिहास में पहली बार 500 ड्रोन्स एक साथ।
कर दिया मैप से।
He's selling something to North Korea.
इस पत्थर के लिए बहुत लोगों की
Leander does well to make it his own. Tries getting past one. The Lajong player is not happy with that decision. Noted by Raulan Borges. Good defending in the box by Shillong Lajong, and Raulan Borges made sure to make them pay.
drifted past Rajat Paul into the back of the net.
That came with a ribbon, that came with a cherry, with some cheese for Noah Siddiqui. Brandon Fernandez tries playing it long, does well to find Noah Whale. Has shot and doubles his goal in the 27th minute. FC Goa are running riot.
Noah Sadoi says there is going to be no mercy. Brandon Fernandez changes the flank, passes the ball to Noah Sadoi. And look at that for the finish.
Andy Cooper.
Thank you very much. Yeah, for me, more of the same from Gokulam. Maybe start to engage a little bit higher, 10 metres higher or so, just to stop the balls getting into the box like we've seen on this occasion. But for Kerala Blasters, it just has to be, they've got 66% of the ball. There's got to be more purpose, more tempo, more speed with that possession, just to get in behind, in between the lines of a really well-structured and organised Gokulam side.
Kerala have got to come at them now. 2 goals down. Equalized in that first half courtesy Emmanuel Justine, but then conceded 2 quick goals from Sri Kotan and Alejandro Lopez, captain of Gokulam Kerala. And here he is again on the break, looking to add a 4th. Nili Podromo goes for the shot. It's a good shot! You couldn't have asked for a better start to that second half for Gokulam Kerala. And it's come off the boots of Azhar. Abhijit, number 42 of Gokulam Kerala. How about that for a goal?
Yeah, all over the place at 6s and 7s at the back again when they turn it over. And just that cleverness just from Alex, just to be able to read the game, when to slide the pass in. No, do I bring it back? Do I wait? Is there anybody on the edge? And then what a strike, pure, straight into the inside netting. Absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper. What a lovely strike.
You couldn't have hit them any sweeter. It's possibly his first touch of this second half. And Abhijit K has just given them another goal. 4-1 to Gokulam Kerala. Part of the Gokulam Kerala 2 side in 2019, then joined the senior team in 2019. Part of the team that won the I-League in 2022. 26-year-old Abhijit K has put his hand up for one of the goals of the tournament.
Yeah, box-to-box midfielder. He broke from defending a little bit deeper in his own half. As soon as the counter-attack came, able to get high, able to get on the break, and obviously in a position where, you know what, why not? I'm going to get it out my feet. Seen the keeper's positioning, and an absolutely pure strike as you're going to get. He's just gone about his business well in that first half as well. He hasn't maybe stood out as one of the players who's been right at the top of the game, but he's done the basics very, very well in there. Just kept it tight.
Very quickly it became 4-1. And who's to say there are more goals in this game? The first time these two teams are meeting. And clearly, It's the I-League champions that are calling the shots. Here's Luna. Puts in a good ball, tries to find his player. Jackson Singh. Play goes on, but a player down. It is Shaheen. Back with Prabir. Finds Nihal. Tries to get past Buba. It'll be interesting to see what Frank Darwin does now. He has options on the bench. 4-1 down. Does he exercise some of those options?
Yeah, I think you've got to take an opportunity to make some changes. Maybe affect the higher up the pitch, get the midfielders on the ball a bit more. Surprised to see Uber back in for the second half. He seemed to be having some spells of difficulties towards the end of that first half, but seems to have recovered in the second half.
Prabir Das knows this ground all too well, having spent a number of seasons with Mohun Bagan Super Giants. Supporters have come in and taken his name as well, as did Preetham Kotal, who's joined the Blasters this season from MBSG. Neely Pedromo. Back to Sri Kotan. Got the second goal, this time a long ranger. Straight into the hands of Sachin.
It just showed again a bit of quality on that initial moment. As soon as Kerala Blasters lost possession, they broke quickly, they broke purposely Gokulam. They were able to get into the final third quick and then just take a pot shot from distance. Maybe need to be a bit more composed there, but why not when he saw what his teammate did earlier on?
Here's Gokulam again, looking to add a fifth to that target. Lopez, this time unable to keep the ball on target. Kerala Blasters seem to be all over the place.
It's especially just when they lose possession of the ball, isn't it? They seem comfortable when they have it, but as soon as there's a turnover straight away, they just seem to be at odds and just have big distances between them and just able to get run through.
Only two teams have gone on to win the Durand Cup in the past. One of them is on the field right now, 2019 edition winners, Gokulam Kerala. And before them, it was FC Cochin, who won the tournament in 1997, beating Mohun Bagan in the final 3-1. Kerala Blasters management has said they're actively looking for new players, foreign or domestic players. One of those new signings a few days back, Ishan Pandita, national team striker. Does well to get past his marker, in on goal, towards the goal, puts that ball in and does well to find Prabir Das, who put Kerala Blasters. You just cannot take your eye. Sixth goal of this game, 54 minutes gone. It's 4 goals to Gokulam Kerala, but more importantly, from Kerala's perspective, Kerala Blasters have pulled one back to make it 4-2.
Yeah, Gokulam, they look organised when they drop low. They get bodies in the box. There was a lot of numbers there, but it was just that individual skill, wasn't it? Just to change, to unlock that key in there, just a little turn, and he's over the head, and then he's able to come into the back post just to finish it off. A lovely, tidy finish. Wasn't a lack of bodies in the box for Gokulam, but just the quality and that individual skill just to get past his man and then deliver a ball across the box. Lovely little flick.
What a way to announce to yourself, to your supporters, to your new team. Prabir Das getting that goal. Didn't score a single goal the whole of last season for Bengaluru FC. Managed 3 assists in the ISL and the Durand Cup in total. This time around in the Durand, he's opened the scoring for his team. Comes with oodles of experience, having won the Hero ISL in the past. There he is on the ball, trying to combine with Luna. But how about that's for skill?
Just looked like it was Iman just on that side, just able just to flip.
In the Durand, he's opened the scoring for his team. Comes with oodles of experience, having won the Hero ISL in the past. There he is on the ball, trying to combine with Luna. But how about that's for skill?
Just looked like it was Iman just on that side, just able just to flick.
For Bengaluru FC, managed 3 assists in the ISL and the Durand Cup in total. This time around in the Durand, he's opened the scoring for his team. Comes with oodles of experience, having won the Hero ISL in the past. There he is on the ball, trying to combine with Luna. But how about that's for skill?
Just looked like it was Iman just on that side, just able just to flick.
Is on his way out. He's been replaced by Naufal PN. And the man who scored that cracker at the start of the second half, he's also come off, Abhijit K, replaced by Rahul Raju.
Yeah, looks like for like changes for me. If you look at that first game against Indian Air Force, both Saurav and Nofal just both on them wide areas. So it looks like it could be a straight like for like change.
Meanwhile, two changes made by Kerala Blasters. Nehal has been taken off. Rahul KP comes on, as does Hormi Palm. They're going to be seeing off these last 30 minutes of the game. Confirmation, Hormi Palm has come in place of Bijoy. Much expected of the likes of Rahul KP and Hormi, an integral part of Kerala Blasters these last two seasons. Rahul KP part of that under-17 squad that played the World Cup for India. Ever since then, from Indian Arrows, he's been a part of the Kerala Blasters project. Would not be happy with his goals tally or assist tally for a player with that much talent. Has also been in a reckoning for the Indian team. Managed just the 3 goals in the ISL and Super Cup combined last season. 2 assists as well. And here's a player you know really well, Andy. Hormi Palm, who's had some 2 good seasons with Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, we're desperately trying to keep him when he was just progressing through the academy up in Punjab. He was very strong, very physically ahead of other players of his age. But obviously technically proficient as well, and pleasing to see him go on to do good things.
There were rumours that Hormi Palm might be on his way to Kolkata as part of that deal to bring in Preetham Kotal. But much to the delight of the Blasters faithful, Preetham has come into the squad and Hormi Palm stays put. Guess you're going to see a lot more intent going forward now from Kerala Blasters. Less than 30 minutes to go in this Kerala derby being played out at the Mohan Bagan ground. Group C in action of the 132nd edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup, jointly organized by the Indian Armed Forces and the government of West Bengal. 4-2 is how things stand at the moment in favor of Gokulam Kerala. 4 different goal scorers. Shrikotan, Captain Buba opened the scoring for Gokulam Kerala. Alejandro Lopez and also Abhijit, who got the 4th in the second half. Meanwhile, here's one of Kerala's scorers. Justine takes that shot, tries dipping it in. Just not on target.
Yeah, man, a bit more confidence in this second half, just to cut inside and open that body up and look for the far corner, maybe start the ball outside the goal and see if you can shape it back in. As you can see from this, just starts it too far wide, just doesn't quite get that shape back into the far corner. You've seen the build-up with Luna now, he's more reluctant to drop into that.
One of Kerala's scorers. Justine takes that shot, tries dipping it in. One of Kerala's scorers. Justine takes that shot, tries dipping it in. just not on target.
Yeah, man, a bit more confidence in this second half just to cut in.
One of Kerala's scorers. Justine takes that shot, tries dipping it in. Just not on target. Partnering players in front. You put players in front, you're going to leave space open at the back for Gokulam Kerala to exploit. There's no other option. They're 2 goals behind. They have less than 30 minutes to go. And here's Ayman again. He looks good on the ball, Andy. Loves going past that one player and that quick feet and burst of speed on the ball.
Very much wants to front his man up, doesn't he, and go 1v1. He shows he's got the individual
Players
skill.
in front. You
As
put
we see now, a host of changes.
3 changes being affected by Gokulam Kerala.
There are certain substitution on the
Saurav is coming in for Shiheen.
Jersey number 8 out, 29 in.
Meanwhile, jersey number 42, Abhijit, who scored that cracker a while back. Even Sri Kutan is on his way out.
22 out, jersey number 11 in.
He's been replaced by Naufal, PN. And the man who scored that cracker at the start of the second half, he's also come off, Abhijit K, replaced by Rahul Raju.
Yeah, looks like for like changes for me. If you look at that first game against Indian Air Force, both Saurav and Naufal just both on them wide areas. So it looks like it could be a to drop into that. Towards the last half an hour of this game, I think they'll still be composed to attack and wait for that mistake or force that mistake from Kerala Blasters.
It looks like another substitution is happening. This one is Emmanuel Justine's time is over in this game, his first game for Kerala Blasters, and coming in replacing him is K. Vidya Shagar Singh. At one point of time, Vidya was the highest goal scorer in the Hero I League. Had that season with Rao. After that, made his way to Bengaluru FC and now finds himself at Kerala Blasters. Meanwhile, here's another of those new players, Mufal.
Can tend to happen when the wingers play on the opposite sides. Coaches want them to maybe cut in and use the stronger foot. You can see here just goes for that outside of the right foot, which obviously loses the power and the quality of the delivery and sets up an easy catch, and they're able just to break straight away.
From a local player's perspective, Andy, it's one thing that's really stood out is a lot of these players like taking their man on. They're not afraid to just turn around, pass that ball around, play it back, play it sideways. If you have the chance to take on a player, take him on the wings.
Yeah, I think it's exciting, isn't it? These are the type of players that gets people off the seats when they're dribbling and driving 1v1, and it's maybe us coaches are to blame. We're too obsessed with maybe game models and training sessions that involve limiting players' touches and space and one or two touch, move it quickly. And there's an old adage in STEM, and never stop that dribbler dribbling. Put it, if he's great at dribbling and driving at players, maybe the next thing is to work on the end product, or whether it's a cross, a pass, or a shot. But really don't stop them people who are creative, have that spark. Don't beat the creativity out of them. Let them do what they do in them wide areas. Unbalanced wingers, unbalanced centre backs, and cause trickery and unpredictability in them areas.
Skillful players are loved all over. Here's one of those new players has come in. He's replaced Jigson Singh. Danish Farooq joined mid-season in 2021 from Bengaluru FC. Hasn't quite hit the ground running. He's been playing for the club regularly. Managed 23 appearances last season, but just the one goal to his name and no assists. Born in Jammu and Kashmir, started his football with Real Kashmir and then made the progress to Bengaluru. Meanwhile, here's KP, puts in a ball. It's a good ball. A player was attacking it. Farooq has the chance for the shot, takes the shot. Hits one of the bodies of Gokulam Kerala's defenders, and we have Lopez on the attack at the other end. Two players for company. Attack not yet thwarted. Now it's Kerala Blasters. Plays it to Rahul KP. Does well to get past one. Lays it back to Prabir Das. Danish trying to find Ayman. Referee says play on. Nelly Pedromo not wanting to play on. Telling the referee about the challenge that's been put in from the new man. And he's in pain. Alejandro Lopez.
Yeah, you can see they've just changed a little bit of the shape. I know it's a 4-4-2 for them, but when they're out of possession, Nelly Pedromo's just dropped in a little bit deeper just to create an extra player in that midfield, just to deal with the movement and clever rotations that the Blasters have had later on in the second half.
Another yellow card for a Kerala Blasters player. Azhar given that yellow for the challenge on Lopez. Water break in effect. And so far, things are going according to plan for Gokulam Kerala. Minutes on the clock in this first Kerala derby between these two teams at the senior level. 3-1 it was at the end of first half, but then come the start of the second, and this happened. Beautiful goal coming in from Abhijit K. You can look at that over and over again. Set up by Lopez, but how about that for a connection?
Yeah, Kerala Blasters stretched again and then just able to have a great strike from distance. He's slightly different, just a bit of individual skill, wasn't it? Just to beat his man. Great little play, great feet, right, left foot. Prabir at that back post, able to tap home. A nice controlled finish.
Still more than 15 minutes to go of regulation time. Kerala Blasters still chasing 2 goals, or rather chasing their first point in this edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup. Remember, 6 groups. 6 group winners make it to the quarterfinals, and then 2 second best placed teams make up the 8 teams at the quarterfinals. Gokulam Kerala putting themselves in prime position to move out of the group and into the last 8. They've already played their first game versus Indian Air Force, won that game by a 2-0 margin. There's Bengaluru FC, making up the 4 teams in that group, defending champions. Hormi Palm plays it to Pritham Kotal, trying to find options up front. Luna drops deep, plays it back to his defenders. Hormi shifts it out to the left to Danish Farooq. Come on the pitch for Jackson Singh. A lot more mobile, loves making those late runs, loves giving options up front. Azhar recently awarded a yellow card for his challenge on Alejandro Lopez. Here's Pritham, another one of the new players coming in, Rahul KP, an integral part of Kerala Blasters over these last few years. Now finds Rahul KP, puts it into the path of that, and he's missed that. He's missed that from 5 yards out. Vidya Shagar Singh had the chance to get Kerala Blasters' third goal of the evening, but he's missed it with just the goalkeeper and 5 yards out from the goal.
Yeah, Rahul KP, great header back inside, isn't it? And Vidyash guy comes on, he wants to make an impression, wants to get himself on that score sheet straight away, and it's blazed it over from such a close distance as well. He's so disappointed with that technical finish.
You'd be surprised, Andy. That's the same player who scored 12 goals in a single season of the Hero I League. He was adjudged the highest Indian goal scorer, got his big money move to Bengaluru FC, but ever since then, his scoring boots just haven't helped him. It's been 2 seasons now.
That confidence, isn't it? You just think that a really clear, calm finish doesn't need to be blasted from that, doesn't need to break the net, just needs to cross the line. So just get your technique right. Just the goalkeeper to beat 6, 7 yards out. Blazes it over.
Confidence is such an integral part of performing at the highest level, especially if you're a striker. Meanwhile, at the other end, Gokulam Kerala with the corner. Cleared. Here's Ayman. Ayman finds Vidya Shagar, gets a few touches on the ball now, does well to get past one, has 3 players for company. Trying to go for that, but sets up Ayman yet again. Ayman puts it back to Vidya Shagar, does well. First touch takes it away from him, and you have it. There's goal number 3. They may have missed it a few minutes back, but Hormibam Ruya makes no mistake from that same distance. Kerala Blasters have pulled one back, 4-3 now.
Yeah, they sent Boo there, didn't they, for the corner, trying in search of a 5th goal, and in the end just got a little bit of the structure wrong behind the ball, just able to get picked up on the counter. And in the end, you thought maybe the break was going to come to nothing. Didn't make the opportunity to take the early pass, but then slid in. And an opportunity for Holmapan to get in there and finish from close range.
You would have thought that first touch had spoiled things around. And Vidya Shagar, but Hormibam came in and making the most of that. Doing exactly what you'd expect from a defender in the box. Don't take too many touches, straight away get onto it and latch onto the back of the ball.
Yeah, I think it was actually Luna, wasn't it? It looked like it had gone to Homipan, but it was Luna that was in there. Homipan just peeled off a little bit off the shoulder, and it was Luna who's and an opportunity for Homipan to get in there and finish from close range.
You would have thought that first touch had spoiled things around. And Vidya Shagar, but Hormibam came in and making the most of that. Doing exactly what you'd expect from a defender in the box. Don't take too many touches, straight away get onto it and latch onto the back of the ball.
Yeah, I think it was actually Luna, wasn't it? It looked like it had gone to Hormipan, but it was Luna that was in there. Hormipan just peeled off a little bit off the off the shoulder, and it was Luna who's. And an opportunity for Hormipan to get in there and finish from close range.
You would have thought that first touch had spoiled things around. And Vidya Shagar, where Hormipam came in and making the most of that. Doing exactly what you'd expect from a defender in the box. Don't take too many touches, straight away get onto it and latch onto the back of the ball.
Yeah, I think it was actually Luna, wasn't it? It looked like it had gone to Hormipan, but it was Luna that was in there. Hormipan just peeled off a little bit off the off the shoulder, and it was Luna who's able. Box from wider, but maybe some ill effects from that challenge in the first half. I know he was struggling in the first half. I know he was struggling towards half time and getting treatment.
Danish Farooq. On to Hormipam. Hormipam plays it long. Tries to find Vidya Shagar and Luna. Instead, it's with Neeli Pedromo. Less than 7 minutes remaining of regulation time. Another change being effected. Remember, a total of 5 changes can be made. This one, Shilton De Silva. Coming on for Alejandro Lopez. Has had a good outing for Gokulam Kerala. Got that one goal, played his part in assisting a few goals.
There is substitution on side of Gokulam Kerala for Durandcup. Jersey number
Shilton De Silva won the I-League with
14 out.
Mohan Bagan
Jersey
in
number 18 out.
2020. He's also played for the likes of Rajasthan United. But how about that for a performance from Alejandro Sanchez? Scoring that one goal, making a few for his teammates.
Yeah, I think Alex will be pleased with his day's work when he get the couple of assists. As I know it looks like it's been credited as an own goal, but he really forced the error from the mistake to make a mistake for that goal. So he'll be pleased with his day's work. Didn't look too pleased to be brought off like any good striker. Maybe thinks he's got a little sniff of another chance towards the end of the game, but I'm sure he'll rest and recover well and be going again, ready for the next game.
Here's Neely. Puts the ball in. Cleared. Luna up front all by himself. Basit. Back with Neely. Tries finding Saurav K. Danish Farooq. On to Naucha Singh. Another one of those new signings brought in from Mumbai City FC. Has played on loan at Punjab FC as well. Part of the team that won the I-League last season and gained promotion to the ISL. There's Naucha up on the left flank again. Has played for Gokulam Kerala in the past as well. Won the I-League and the Durand with Gokulam. Hormi Palm, another who spent time at Punjab FC, finds Rahul KP. Here's Prabir Das, first touch, giving it away. And Kerala now, Gokulam Kerala, with possession. Tries to find Neely Padromo. Defenders calling for offside. Referee says play on.
I think that's been a hallmark for them, hasn't it? Just how they've been organised defensively. They'll be disappointed with the 3 goals so far, but they've just been structured just to wait, force the mistake, and then break quickly.
And you can see the numbers in their own half. Not committing too many numbers in front. You win the ball, you put the likes of Nili and Saurav K do all the running. See if you can get something of it. Last 7 minutes, preserve that 1 goal lead, Andy.
And with Alex there now up top as the main man, left the pitch, it's up to Nili Pedromo just to be able to stretch play a little bit as well. He looks like he's struggling with fatigue.
Here's Rahul KP. Back to Rahul. Azhar trying to find a miss pass there on that occasion. Numbers in front and numbers at the back for Gokulam Kerala. Saving that 1 goal lead. Prime objective in these last few minutes. Stoppage in play. Man down. Not the easiest of games. These first few games of a new season, Andy. Irrespective of how much you may have trained in pre-season, a 90-minute game is a 90-minute game.
Yeah, it looks like sapping conditions out there, doesn't it, for both teams? They've acquitting themselves well, but obviously showing signs now. What you need to do is you need to get through it. But all the work should have been done prior to this to build yourself up. This isn't the peak. This is just the start of the journey. Obviously, this Indian Oil Durand Cup provides the game time and the competition, the opportunity to play multiple games. And that's what you need in this stage of the season to be able to get yourself ready for then the domestic campaigns that you're in and any other competitions that come along your way that you can qualify for. So definitely the sting's been taken out of the last 15 minutes of the game with the kind of changes and the tempo, and probably affected Kerala Blasters more than it has Gokulam in a way that they're obviously sitting pretty with the lead and don't mind the game getting stretched, don't mind the game having loads of changes in it. The Blasters obviously want to get that ball down and play much quicker, and stoppages in play just break up that any momentum that they get.
Front runners now from Group B, or Group C, apologies, to make it to the quarterfinals. 2 games played for Gokulam Kerala, and as things stand, it looks like they've got 6 points in their kitty. Bengaluru FC and Indian Air Force also making up that group, but will be a tough task for the teams to catch up with them now. Remember, top group winners of all 6 groups make it to the quarterfinals, and 2 second-placed best teams make up those 8 players. 7 minutes of added time, something we've got to get accustomed to this season. It's been happening in European football. We saw it during the World Cup as well.
Yeah, I was at the managers' meeting in England over the summer in pre-season where Howard Webb, a World Cup referee, went through all this, the effective time that the stoppages will be now not 30 seconds for goals or substitutions. It will be the effective time. And they gave a comparison of up to sometimes it might be traditionally a game last season might be 5 or 6, and this time it might be 9 to 13 minutes. So the game time is going to be a lot, and we've seen already from the start of seasons in Europe that have started the high proportion of goals that have come in these later moments of games. So I still think there'll be opportunities even in this last 7-8 minutes now of the game.
7 minutes will feel like eternity for Gokulam Kerala, defending that 1 goal. Though Adrian Luna now is in prime position to try and pull another. Try get his second of the evening. Try getting that equalizer for Kerala Blasters. Have been second best throughout this 90 minutes. Have never been able to take the lead. Equalized it once at 1-1, but ever since then have been second best. Here's Luna. Just couldn't keep it on target.
Yeah, there's obviously set play delivery's been very good today. He'll be disappointed with the opportunity that, gave himself to make an impact later on in the game. Clearly feeling the effects of a sapping and energizing game for them, especially later on in the second half. But still an opportunity, 5 minutes to go, create another chance, you never know.
Prabir tries finding Vidya Shagar. Now Cha. Back to Azhar. Numbers in front, asking everyone to move in front. They've still got that 1 goal to chase. Still got that equalizer to chase. Azhar finds Luna. He's been tirelessly working for his team's cause. Back to Danish Farouk. Does well to play it off first time. Toiba. Now Cha Singh puts the cross in, but it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, as that deep midfielder now, just getting more of the ball, isn't he? From the centre-backs, being able to play. Hormapam serving the ball into him. And he's looking maybe to play a little bit more lofted passes into the attackers, into Lustin and Bibi Ashkar as well. So just that quality, isn't it, in that wide area to deliver. Gets in a good area again, but just being able to stand that ball up.
Precious few minutes remaining. Precious few minutes remaining for Gokulam Kerala FC to walk away as the winners in this first Kerala derby at the senior level between these 2 teams. The first of many, we're hoping. One's playing in the Hero ISL, the other's playing in the Hero I League. The team leading this game has ambitions of making it to the Hero ISL, have won the I-League twice in the past, finished third last season, and would be hoping they can get to the top yet again and thereby earn promotion to the Hero ISL. Three minutes remaining. Nelly Pedromo tries finding Saurav K. Still one goal down. Trying to get play moving a little fast now. A bit of urgency in Kerala Blasters attack. Danish Farouk drops deep, everyone else in front. Plays it long. Finding Rahul KP, does well to connect it with the head. Directs it in the middle. Back to Danish. Here's Azhar. What can they do? Less than 3 minutes remaining in this game. Being played at the Mohan Bagan ground. Luna looking tired. On to Hormipam. Hormipam puts it through to Bidya Sagar. Does well. Good run. In fact, it's Naucha Singh. Naucha Singh puts the cross in and cleared by Gokulam Kerala. And here we have Saurav. Danish does well to win that ball. And still in play by Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, they've gone much more direct, haven't they? They've needed to get that ball forward with a bit more urgency.
Luna and Rahul KP combining. Losing the ball. Here's with Saurav K. Back to Saurav K. But no one in front. The entire team back in their own half. Just minutes away from a win versus Kerala Blasters. Finds Luna. Call from the Gokulam Kerala bench asking for the ball to be put out. Blasters not having any of it. And instead, now the goalkeeper will take his time. Salam Ranjan is down, complaining of cramps.
Yeah, and these where this effective time comes into play, because obviously if the trainer's called on, the players are now going to be asked to leave the field of play for a minimum of 30 seconds. And you just got to be careful as a coach what you do here, because if too many players leave the field, you could be left defending with 10 or 9 men for the last period. I love the tactic that's kind of been introduced now has been that goalkeeper comes on to get that little magic spray or that magic sponge, and obviously a goalkeeper isn't permitted to leave the pitch if he's had treatment. So it's just the next facet of the game that's going to happen. People try and find the loopholes and the little nuances of the game to try and find to get the advantage, especially obviously when you're a goal up in a cup competition.
Use every trick in the book. Every trick in the book possible.
Yeah, just looks like it was a bit of afters here, wasn't it? Bassett. A bit of a late challenge, but nothing called by the referee.
7 minutes up of added time. Will be interesting to see how long the referee keeps playing. Luna, in fact, wins it back. Throw in favor of Kerala Blasters. Quickly taken by Adrian Luna. The last attack, last throw of the dice for the Blasters. Still down by 1 goal, chasing that equalizer. On to Naucha Singh. Ayman. Back to Danish Farouk. Hormipam. Finding Luna. Numbers in front. Here's the run of Prabir Das. And it looks like it just might be enough for Gokulam Kerala FC. Any moment now.
Management was screaming, weren't they, to get the players back onto the pitch, to get up to the full 11, but also, you know, maybe politely informing the referee, the 4th official, and the assistant that the time's up.
8.5 minutes in running of added time. 7 minutes were added by the referee. Kerala Blasters on the attack. Gokulam Kerala's entire bench up on their feet. And there you have it, the final whistle. Thereby, Gokulam Kerala Football Club beating Kerala Blasters 4-3 in what was an entertaining encounter at the Mohun Bagan ground. The first time these two teams have met in the at the senior level. And you had goals galore in this game. 4 goals for Gokulam Kerala, 3 goals for Kerala Blasters. An entertaining game. 6 shots, 4 on target, all 4 resulting in goals for Gokulam Kerala. 16 shots for Kerala Blasters. Had the majority share of possession, 71%, but still ended up on the losing side. Here's the next game, and this one is coming your way in just a bit. 4:45 p.m. coverage starts. Downtown Heroes of Jammu and Kashmir taking on Shillong Lajong. All the action coming your way on Sony Sports 10-2, and you can stream it on Sony Live. Here's confirmation of the full time. Gokulam Kerala winning that game 4-3 and thereby taking